The air in the packed house was thick with tension as I stood tall in my majestic wolf form. Beside me, Beta Gavin's presence was reassuring. He had stood by my side through years of heartache and uncertainty. But now, with me transformed into Nadia, the lunar princess, his support was unwavering. Ron, still reeling from the sudden and dramatic events, struggled to comprehend the scene unfolding before him. His eyes darted between my glowing, majestic wolf form and Gavin, who had just stepped forward, his expression hardening with determination. I don't need to pretend anymore, Beta Gavin said, calm but edging with steel. I no longer need to pretend I agree with your stupidity, now that Laurie has found herself and is free from your bullshit. Ron's face twisted with anger and confusion. He had always seen Gavin as the obedient Beta, someone who would never challenge his authority. But now, Gavin's words cut through him like a knife. You are nothing but a rat of an alpha, Ron. Gavin continued, stepping closer, his tone dripping with contempt. Thanks to your foolishness in angering the goddess, I can now leave this place with Laurie. A victorious smirk crossed Gavin's face as he reached out and gently caressed my fur. My eyes, glowing with a fierce golden light, reflected both gratitude and strength. Gavin's fingers brushed through my fur, a silent promise of protection and unwavering loyalty. Ron's anger flared, his pride and possessiveness blinding him to the truth. You think you can just leave, he spat, his voice trembling with rage. You think you can take her away from me? I am the alpha. She's mine. She was never yours, Ron, Gavin shot back, his voice steady. You may have been her mate, but you never treated her with the respect and love she deserved. You're the one who's been playing games, not her. Ron's eyes blazed with fury as he stepped forward, his alpha aura flaring in a desperate attempt to assert his dominance. The power radiating from him was intense, pressing down on everyone in the room. Pack members staggered back under the weight of his presence, but Gavin remained unmoved, his stance solid and unwavering. Ron sneered, pushing harder. You're nothing but a beta, he shouted, his voice echoing through the packed house. You think you can intimidate me? You think you can take what's mine? Upon hearing that, Gavin's smirk widened as he met Ron's gaze. Then he let his own power surge. It was as if a dam had broken. For years, he had hidden the true extent of his strength, keeping it in check out of loyalty and a desire to protect me. But now, he unleashed it all. The room vibrated with Beta Gavin's raw power, a force far greater than anything Ron could muster. His aura expanded, washing over Ron's, consuming it effortlessly. The sheer intensity of Gavin's presence made Ron's alpha aura seem weak and insignificant by comparison. Is he really this strong? You've underestimated me for years, Ron, Gavin said, his voice calm but brimming with suppressed strength. I put up with your weak ass and followed your commands to protect Laurie. But now, she's stronger than you could ever imagine. Ron's face twisted in disbelief and denial. He couldn't accept the reality crashing down around him. She's playing tricks, he shouted, his voice cracking with desperation. This is just another game to get my attention. She doesn't want to leave. Gavin shook his head, pity in his eyes. You're blind. Laurie has chosen her path, and it doesn't include you. The mateship that once tied you to her is broken. Ron's frustration boiled over, and he lashed out with words that cut deep. You think you're so fucking noble, don't you, Gavin? Always lurking in the shadows, pretending to be the loyal beta. You're just a coward, hiding behind your facade of strength. You don't deserve her. And you do, Gavin retorted, his voice sharp. You never appreciated her. You never saw the incredible woman she was. All you cared about was your own pride and your twisted sense of loyalty to someone who left you long ago. At that moment, Ron clenched his fists, his breath coming in ragged gasps. The realization that he had lost everything, me, his pride, and now his control was unbearable. He couldn't accept it. He couldn't let me go, especially not with Gavin. Let's go, Laurie, Gavin said softly, turning to me with a look of tender resolve. You don't have to stay here any longer. But Ron's voice rose again, desperate and furious. No, she can't leave. I won't let her go with you. He took a step towards us, his eyes wild. She's my mate. I looked at Ron, seeing him clearly for the first time. He was blinded by his own pride and refusal to see the truth. I had made my choice. I had found my strength, my true self, and my path forward. And it did not include him. As I faced Ron in my majestic wolf form, Nadia, the packed house buzzed with tension. My white fur shimmered under the moonlight, and my golden eyes blazed with determination. The air was thick with anticipation, every pack member's eyes fixed on us. You're nothing but a coward, Ron, I growled, my voice steady and powerful. I am no longer your mate. Ron's face twisted with fury. You are, he shouted, his voice trembling. You think you can fool me? Your wolf may be big, but you can never overpower an alpha. You're just a mere woman. A low growl rumbled from deep within me, vibrating through the ground and sending chills through the room. Gavin, my loyal friend, stood by my side, his presence a rock of support. He stepped forward, his voice sharp and cutting through the air. Shut the fuck up. Gavin's words were biting, but I nudged him gently with my muzzle, signaling that this was my battle. Ron's rage erupted as he shifted into his wolf form, a massive, dark grey beast with icy blue eyes, his fur a blend of charcoal and silver. His teeth gleamed, and he lunged at Gavin, claws extended, but I moved with lightning speed, placing myself between them. My eyes locked onto Ron's, filled with the calm of control fury. "You think I'm weak, don't you?" I said. My voice was low and dangerously calm. "You think I'm just bait but not powerful. I'll show you who I am, Alpha. I'm worthy of being called the Lunar Princess." With a sudden, fluid motion, I launched myself at Ron. My paws hit the ground with a force that sent shockwaves through the earth. Ron met my charge with a furious snarl, his claws slashing through the air, but I was faster and more agile. I dodged his attack and struck back, my powerful jaws clamping onto his shoulder, drawing blood and making him yelp in pain. Ron struggled, trying to shake me off, but I held firm. I could feel the raw power coursing through my veins, each muscle in my body charged with an energy I had never known before. Our bodies clashed in a blur of fur and teeth. Ron fought with primal, desperate strength, snapping at my throat, but I dodged with deadly grace. My movements were a dance of precision, each step designed to keep him off balance. "You've always been so arrogant," I snarled, my voice cutting through the chaos. "Always thinking you were invincible. But look at you now. You can't even keep up." Ron howled in rage, his eyes wild with desperation. He lunged at me again, but I sidestepped, letting him crash into the ground. He scrambled to his feet, panting, his fur matted with blood. His eyes flickered with fear, realizing he was outmatched. "You think you can still control me?" I growled, my voice filled with fury. "You think your alpha status makes you stronger? You're wrong." Ron's desperation drove him to a reckless attack. He launched himself at me with all his remaining strength, but I was ready. I dodged his swipe and countered with a powerful bite to his flank, my teeth sinking deep into his flesh. He howled in pain, staggering under the force of my attack. I didn't let up. I pressed forward, my claws tearing through his fur, my jaw snapping at his vulnerable spots. Each strike was a reminder of the power I had reclaimed, the strength I had found within myself. Ron tried to fight back, but his movements were sluggish, weakened by blood loss and relentless assault. With a final, powerful shove, I sent Ron sprawling to the ground. Blood oozed from his wounds, staining his fur. He lay there, panting and defeated, unable to rise. I placed a heavy paw on his head, pressing him into the dirt. He whimpered, his eyes filled with fear and disbelief. "You are no longer the Alpha," I declared, my voice echoing through the silent pack house. "You are banished from the Golden Moon Pack. Leave now, and never return." Ron's eyes flickered with a mix of rage and humiliation. He tried to rise, but I pressed down harder, forcing him to stay low. "You've lost, Ron," I said softly, my voice filled with a dangerous calm. "Accept it." The pack members watched in stunned silence as I stood over Ron, my form glowing with an almost divine light. They had seen their alpha brought low, not by another alpha, but by me, the one he had underestimated and mistreated for so long. Gavin stepped forward, pride and admiration shining in his eyes as he looked at me. "You've won," he said softly. With a final glance at the defeated Ron, I turned away, feeling the weight of the past lifting off my shoulders. It was time to move forward, to embrace my destiny as the Lunar Princess.